Hey Flosstube, this is Christy, the Ravenclaw Stitcher. Today is Thursday, September 23rd. I can never remember what day it is when I start recording. If you are one of my usual subscribers, hi, hello, welcome back. If you are brand new to this channel, hi, hello, welcome. I am Christy, I am a cross stitcher, and I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. I am a Ravenclaw. Yes, I am. Thank you very much. How you guys doing? I know it's been a couple days since I last uploaded a video. I'm going to try something new here. I'm going to try to record videos midweek and then upload them Friday. The reason being is because my husband has a weekend off, my kids have no school on the weekends, and we try to do things as a family together on the weekends. So when we're out doing that, household work kind of gets ignored. So Mondays I'm really busy trying to get caught up with all the household work stuff. So recording on a Wednesday or Thursday and then uploading on Friday kind of seems a little bit better. I'm not as stressed or yeah. It'll just be easier for me overall. So I'm going to try it out for a few weeks, see how it goes. If it works out, works out. If it doesn't, doesn't. If I don't have a video one of the weeks or a couple weeks, it's not that I'm ignoring you guys. It's probably because I don't have that much stitching stuff to show you, which here on out I'm trying to get more stitching time in. But sometimes I just don't feel like stitching. I want to do something else like weaving or pin loom, some other stuff. And that's okay. If you don't want to cross stitch, that's fine. Do what makes you happy. And a lot of crafting stuff makes me happy. So if I don't post a video on this channel, I might put it on one of my other channels. So Crafting with Christy and Ravenclaw Collector. Those are my other hobbies. One's just crafting stuff that's not cross stitch related. The other one is my Harry Potter collection. So it's not crafting related, but it definitely is a hobby. Anyways, on my previous video, I did get a question on my gridding. So before I answer your question, Lynn, I just want to say that I am coming out with a gridding video. I'm sorry, am I touching the computer? Okay. I just noticed I put my hand down and the whole thing shook. Okay, sorry. I'm doing a whole gridding video. It's going to be my whole gridding process and how I grid. But also my gridding history and how my gridding has evolved and how I started gridding and why I started gridding. And to explain all that, I have to go from the very beginning of how I started crafting. So it's going to be a long video, a lot about my history. It's all going to be about me and my personal journey with cross stitch and gridding and how I grid. My gridding method may not work for you, may not make sense to you, and that's okay. You're going to have to find your own path, but a lot of people do ask me a lot how I grid. So I'm going to try to address all the different ways I've grid over the years. So not just how I grid now, but also how I used to grid previously. It may work for you, it may not, that's okay. You do you. So for Lynn, her question was, how many lines do I put in between the two blue lines? So I'm assuming you mean like this blue line, this blue line. It's 10. So normally I go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and I go across. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, go across. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, go across. In my video next week, I will actually start a piece. I just dyed this fabric. I have 3 of them. There's 2 more back here. One of them I will grid from start to finish in my grading video. So you can see exactly how I grid. So if you want to come back, take a look to see exactly if I'm not explaining it right, hopefully in that video I'll explain it better on how I grid. But there are 10 spaces in between each one. And those lines kind of correspond to a chart. About 99% charts have these lines. They're a little bit thicker than all the other lines in between. So you see this line here, this line here, this line here, this line here, and then this line here. It's a little bit thicker than all the little lines in the middle. So you know these are 10 every 10 ones. So there's 10 spots in between. So that's exactly what it looks like here. So this is 10 by 10, so that's 100 stitches right there. Oops. So yeah, this is 100 stitches here, 100 stitches here, 100 stitches here, 100 stitches here. And I just kind of use that as a reference point to what I'm stitching. So let's say I need a stitch and it's 5, 6, and then over 1, 2, 3. I just go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and over 3, and I just start stitching there. So it just kind of helps me know where I'm at with the charts and where I'm stitching at on my fabric. It works for me. It helps me stitch a little bit faster and easier. And those people who don't use grid lines, like, I don't understand how you do that. That's like some next level superpower stuff. Because I cannot do it. In my grid video next week, I'm going to actually tell you a whole story of why I have to grid now. But those people who don't need the grid, like, you guys amaze me. Because I'm not that talented. I cannot stitch without the grid lines. I can't. I do have a whole long story that I'm not going to go into here. It's going to be my next video next week. I have a chart. I purchased this chart 3 times. I've started no less than 4 times already. I'm going to go into full detail what this chart is, but this chart is the whole reason why I grid now. So that whole story will be next week's video. Yeah, it is a chart that cannot be named. I made several references to it in the past in my Flosstube videos, and I've never said its name. I will show you the kit. Not sure yet if I'm going to actually say the name in the video next week, but I would definitely show you the kit. My husband knows which kit it is. He knows I've started it several times, and every once in a while he'll try to start a joking about it and say, like, oh, are you ever going to finish it? I started working on it 20 years ago, and I have not finished it. Okay? For 20 years of my life. That's like almost a third of my life that I've been trying to do this, and I can't. Anyways, I'm not going to talk about it anymore here. I'm just going to wait until next week, and I'll go into detail about this piece. Yeah. So next week, you'll know all about this. Actually, no, it's more than half of my life. It's not 1/3, I'm sorry. More than half of my life. Because I'm 36, and I was 16. So more than half of my life, I've been haunted by this chart. Anyways, moving on. I do have some stitching updates. I have my Dolly Mama here, first of all. I should finish this piece before I do the gridding video next week. So at the end of the video, I'll actually take off the friction lines on here, so you can see how that works too. Not with just this piece, but with or just this friction pins. I also have friction markers. I have a bunch of them. I'm going to color up this thing and demonstrate how to take off the friction pins. Hopefully it works. I haven't actually tested out the markers or the highlighters yet, but I'm going to try it on this next video. Well, I'll find out together if it works or not. But anyways, my Dolly Mama, I think I had that much done last week. Maybe a little bit less. But now I am almost done. I just need to finish up the boots and the border, and I'm done. I'm finished. So close to being finished. I could have finished this yesterday, but my husband decided to put his head on my lap, and I work on this while I'm using my K-Creation lap frame or lap stand, and I can't stitch when my husband has his head on my lap. So he's lucky I didn't stab him with the needle. If it wasn't for that, he took a 4-hour nap on my lap, okay? If it wasn't for that, I could have finished this. But, yeah, he stopped me from finishing. That's the main reason why I don't finish my cross stitch, is because family is stopping me. My husband and my kids. Yeah. Okay, my other update, the only other update I have is America. I know it looks a little flimsy right now. The fabric's about to fall off from the frame, so I had to be careful with this. But anyways, yeah, I finished this red line since the last video. I'm working on this one, and then I got this one and that one to do, and that's pretty much it. And then the letters America, and then the back stitching, and then the green leaf stuff around it, and I will be finished with this. So not much left. I just need to actually just sit down and stitch it. So I'm very close to finishing that. And that's all the updates I have for cross stitch. I don't know if I mentioned in my last video, but I do plan to work on all my kits for the next 2 years. I'm going to make that as a goal for 2 years, to work on as many kits as possible. This black and white thing here is full of kits. Everything behind it, it's an accordion file that all has kits. This whole black box is full of large kits, and then this one's all full of small kits. This, to me, is a small kit. And I have about a dozen Dolly Mamas plus a bunch of other whips. So I am going to focus on all those kits because that's kind of taking up a lot of space. I'm going to try to focus on a lot of those. I didn't realize I had that many kits until I started unpacking and pulling out all the kits. So I'm going to focus on those and then eventually get to all my other whips. I think sometime in November I'll actually do a whip parade. I think it's been about 2 years. In November it'll be about 2 years since I last did a whip parade. So I'm going to go through and do a whole whip parade again to show you all the whips I have here. And plus more, and then to organize everything too. So that is coming up November timeframe. So you'll see my 2022 plans, which is all my kits, and then other whips that I have that I've been wanting to do for a while, and hopefully I'll get around to doing. So yeah, that is all my updates I have for now. And I will see you guys next week in my gridding video. So see you guys next time. I hope you guys are staying happy and healthy, and happy stitching. Bye.